It's human nature to be inquisitive. Это естественно быть любознательным. Каждый день мы чему-то учимся. Дети учатся читать. Дети учатся писать. Дети учатся петь. Взрослые учатся работать на компьютере. Учатся водить машину. Учатся готовить лазанью. Учиться means to gain a skill on a regular basis. There is a certain group of people for whom gaining skills is a job. Here in Russia you can hear a parent saying to their kid, «Учиться – это твоя работа». How do we call those who study? Учащиеся. This group includes at school школьник and школьница. For university, it's respectively студент, студентка. How would I call a learner? It's not школьник or школьница, as I am not their school teacher and they are not school kids for me. I don't teach at university, so they can't be students for me as well. Even they are students for their university lectures. There is one more word. Ученик, ученица. The example is: Я тьютор по русскому языку, и у меня 10 учеников. Ученик can be used for school kids as well, but not for students. Let's talk about a knowledge giver. One I already mentioned, tutor, looks ugly to me as I know how it should be written in English. And to see such tutor in Russian feels weird. But still now the spelling is more and more used among teaching sites. But for ordinary people this tutor will be an unknown word. In Russian there is another more familiar word for the same purpose. Repetitor. Now it feels good. So who is repetitor? It's a person who helps learners to repeat the material they were taught at school, sometimes at university. Or with repetitor learners learn material, again, if they didn't understand it at school. Of course, repetitor is from repeat. At university, at school and college we have преподаватель. From пере, across, or through, and давать, to give. So it's a person who passes knowledge, usually from generation to generation, as usually преподаватель is older than their learners. Что делает преподаватель? Он преподает математику, он преподает русский язык, он преподает химию. Преподавать plus subject. Преподавать биологию. Also it can be a place. Преподавать в университете, преподавать в школе. Учить it should be with a person. Учить студентов, учить школьников, учить учеников, учить Олега и Машу. Преподавать also can be used with person, but it's quite rare. You know, you sometimes said a word, but it was wrong. You can't cross it out as you already uttered it, so you have to adjust somehow the following words. Преподавать студентам. You need dative case. Учить we normally don't use with school subjects. Anyway, if you need them, you will use instrumental case. The most common expression is учить жизнь, to learn how to live. Преподаватель is general word for all knowledge givers. Учитель is used for school teachers or spiritual teachers. Жизнь – лучший учитель. Книги всегда были моими лучшими учителями. Also, преподаватель can be used for schools, college and universities. If we talk about schools, преподаватель is more formal and учитель is more informal. Also, преподаватель is more respectful and учитель is not disrespectful but much less respectful. I will explain. In Soviet times, word учитель meant a lot. Respect, pride, authority. Now учитель means low salary, lots of work, disrespect, authority of parents over the teachers. Condescending attitude from pupils. If you said «Я учитель», people would pity you. Mostly. It's what people feel about this word. Преподаватель sounds better, especially преподаватель в университете. You deal with adults, you're supposed to have more than just college education or bachelor degree. You are supposed to have a master degree. And again, I am saying what people feel hearing those words, and not about real salaries or life of teachers. So, if I needed to introduce myself working at school, I would say «Я преподаватель, работаю в школе», and I will receive an approval smile. And one more. If a teacher or even a doctor is good, is it important what gender they are? You see, a professional person, not a man or a woman. There are some jobs where the gender is important. Актриса. We are not in Shakespeare's time, when female roles were played by male actors. Why, if we have feminine actresses? Актриса. The same with ballerina, stewardessa, and businesswoman. I'm not sure that it can be a job, but still. Male would be актер, артист балета, steward or бортпроводник, businessman. If we want to describe how great she is as a specialist, we will use male adjective. Она хороший врач. We describe what kind of doctor she is. Она замечательный учитель. But think about kids, small ones. Do they judge the female teacher based on her professional skills? No. They look at how beautiful and sweet she is, how kind and not evil. They see a woman. That's why small kids call her female teacher учительница. Наша любимая учительница. When Russian people highlight feminine gender of the noun, they do it whether to point out some good feminine features or bad. Usually they are bad. We have врач as a general, doctor, and врачиха. Using this word врачиха, you go from impersonal level to personal, offensive one. Что тебе сказала врачиха? Less respect. I would imagine an unpleasant, rude woman being a doctor. Director, general name, for male and female both, as a specialist. And директриса. You are going to talk about bossy woman, very unpleasant one. Ты идешь к директрисе? Да, узнаю, что она мне скажет. Yes, those words exist in Russian language, but to use them it's a bad practice. Use general words. Директор, врач. A very famous fact. There was a very famous female poet. Анна Ахматова, русская поэтесса. Poetessa is an official word for female poet. And once she said, «Я не поэтесса, я поэт», wishing to emphasize that her poems have nothing with feminine, pinkish poetry. They're rough, harsh, about serious things.